Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible federal holiday yesterday, Juneteenth. Hopefully, you guys had a great time. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Well, I'm a little confused this morning because, like you said, Juneteenth yesterday, rare midweek break, and it's throwing me all off. It feels like a Monday, but it's not a Monday.
Yeah.
But it's closer to a Friday. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, it's Thursday. That's all I know. So
It is a little messy, but I gotta tell you, man, yesterday as I'm sitting there middle of the week and have nothing to do but just relax, hang with the kids. The wife works from home on Wednesdays. It was really nice. If the market goes to that 24-hour thing, I would like a middle day like that off. I mean, it'll mess up the trading momentum. Well, and not really. Look at the market this morning. We got more of the momentum coming. So it was nice to be off in the middle of the week. But it is
Bite your
weird.
tongue. I don't want
100%
24-hour trading. That would be horrible. Horrible.
It would be drastic. Friends, what is 24 hours? It's tradingterminal.com. You can always get their information. And today, look at our gappers list on tradingterminal.com. Everything is in the green if you're not GameStop or DJT, right? So everything here nicely in the green. Tech, I mean, we'll talk about tech all day today. It's just continues to get more and more positive news. So much going on there with Nvidia. And some other players now stepping up into this game. So before we get to all that fun stuff, let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar, what's happening there. Then we'll hop into our gappers list in just a moment.
Yeah, all the data for today came out already. So it was at 8:30, basically everything. Let's talk about it in order here. So jobless claims came out. Initial jobless claims pretty much right on target. 235,000 was the forecast. 238,000 new claims was what actually happened. So, close enough that it's sort of right on target, although officially, I guess that's rated negative. Housing starts came out, again, pretty close to target, within about 90,000 houses. 1.37 million was the forecast. 1.28 million new houses were built in the month of May. So there you go. In building permits, pretty much the same story. Now, this one's, well, it depends which number you look at here. The month-over-month number actually declined by 3.8% when the expectation was a growth of 0.7%. But the net difference is only like 80,000 building permits. So I would say that that's pretty close to expectation. What was interesting and a big divergence, and I see the market is dropping right now, the Philly manufacturing survey, which was significantly lower than anticipated. The forecast was at a 4.8. This is a relative scale, this Philly manufacturing, but it actually came in at 1.3. So basically a third of the level that was expected at. Now, usually a contracting economy would be positive for the markets, but I see the markets taking a little bit of a drop here in the last couple of minutes. Now, that's not as surprising because if you were part of engineering the markets with Jared, he was talking about where we're sitting at overall in the markets. And I mean, we've had such growth. I mean, it doesn't take much, right? Just look at the Qs or the SPY or pretty much any of our tech stocks on a daily chart. And you can see we have just been skyrocketing over the last little while. So at some point, we got to see a little pullback. And he was also showing us data that this day, today and tomorrow, historically, if you look at the last 75 years of trading, typically are the worst for the market, meaning that the market is most likely to go down based on historical averages. Now, it's only been 3 years that we've had the Juneteenth holiday, which changes things up potentially a little bit. However, people sometimes watch that and they may stay out of the market, or may sort of the belief becomes reality, doesn't it? So we'll see what happens. But based on, like I said, history, this is going to be one of the worst 3 or 4 days all year in the market in terms of the percentage growth. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm not going to make a bet on that. However, I won't be shy to take a trade if I see the right technical signals once the opening bell rings. All right, Carlos, you started talking about our gappers list. We do have a ton that was gapping up earlier this morning. I noticed the list. There's a couple of things on the gap down. There's two big trends I see on the gap up list. I was looking at it earlier. A lot of semiconductors that are gapping up. Some have specific stories. Some are just gapping up because. And then Bitcoin. So we talked about Bitcoin on Tuesday and said, well, we could get some interesting movement over with this day off because, of course, Bitcoin trades 24/7. It didn't actually do all that much. So let's just knock Bitcoin off right away. Didn't move all that much, just stayed at the bottom end of its range. I see it's gapping up a little bit this morning. We're back up over 66,000 on the price of Bitcoin. And if that holds, then we'll continue to see all of these Bitcoin related, like crypto miners, on the gap up list. I don't have. I was taking a look through a bunch of them. I didn't see any specific news on them. So yeah, I think it's just moving with the price of Bitcoin. So that leaves us to our semiconductors, which will be interesting. We do have some specific stories on some of these things, so we'll talk about those together as we go through the list. And what tops the list? Well, Carlos, I know you're going to get to it in a second, but Billy is there again.
Yeah, yeah. Billy leading the gap up list this morning, so we'll take a look at that one. And you can see the last couple of days we've seen a nice move towards the upside and better trading days, right? You can tell this stock doesn't get a lot of great movement. See how small the daily is on here, but the last two trading days has done very well today, gapping up pretty nice. Peter, we've seen this gap up all the time, right? It's a Chinese company. But today we got 8% gap up, which seems to be bigger than what we normally get. Hopefully, there's some news behind it that can bring some volume that we can take advantage of at the market open.
It's not my favorite trading news, but it does seem to be having a positive impact. They did get an upgrade from JP Morgan. So JP Morgan, so there's a couple of big influential rating houses, or it's usually the big banks that would do it, right? I would argue JP Morgan, Bank of America, UBS, Barclays, those would be some of the big ones that when they upgrade you, people pay more attention than a lot of the other houses, I guess, or rating agencies. So pretty significant upgrade. Price target of $21 put on that by JP Morgan. So yeah, we're seeing Billy positively react to that. And we'll see if the volume holds, Carlos. I was watching this earlier this week, and the volume was not really carrying through into the trading day, at least not in a way that I like to trade. So hope maybe today will be a little bit different, and that volume will continue. So might be worth putting on a secondary list, but personally, it's not one of my top go-tos.
Yeah, and the reason for that, every time we look at it, I mean, even after it's done some decent gap up, it doesn't move well after the market opens. So we'll see. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt today, friends. Oop, I'm trying to delete these tickers off my watch list here. We'll clean this up. We'll bring in some new rows. We'll put on a secondary. I do like that we're up 8%. Again, hopefully something good can come out of that. Next on the list, we have talking about semis. I mean, semis are just insane. Supermicro, Dell, Elon, Nvidia. These guys have some news today. I'm not sure if you read it already, but there's some stuff happening there. What's the latest and greatest on the XAI supercomputer?
It depends what news you've read, because there's lots of news all over the place. So SMCI, this is Supermicro. There was a great analytical piece that came out yesterday comparing SMCI's market position to Nvidia, and a very favorable comparison. Both have around the 200% revenue growth. Both have big prospects. And according to the article, if you look at their price to forward-looking earnings, or PEG, price to earnings growth, both are considered undervalued by this analyst, despite the fact that their numbers are insane in my mind. But they're big, but they think they're undervalued. So yeah, SMCI is gapping up, but a lot of the semis are gapping up today. Even my good buddy AMD, which hasn't been doing too much, is
finally
gapping up a little bit. But really, Nvidia's up 3.5%. SMCI is up 5%. I was looking at Intel, Intel's not MU, sorry, up 2.6%. So we got some good gap up going on there in the sector. You want
Yeah.
watch whichever one you want in this. I think it's going to move one way or the other. I wouldn't assume though that these are going to continue going up forever. I think there's going to be some churn in the space, just as like prices have to sort of reestablish, and we need new buyers, right, to continue to push this thing higher. A lot of enthusiasm. We know that is continuing. Everybody talks about AI and the AI fueled growth, and these guys are at the front end of that AI supply chain. And that's good, and that's going to drive their growth over the short term. But it doesn't mean the prices go straight up. You can get even look at the Nvidia chart that you've got up here, Carlos. You can see there's a couple of red candle days, right, that give good trading opportunities. We've got a gap up on Nvidia. You can see here. Is it going to continue going up from here? Is it going to pull back to the close levels of Tuesday? Again, I don't know. I'm not going to presuppose it, but I am going to be watching because I think that there's good trading to be had. So pick your
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah. There is plenty of favorites. I like the news today as well with Nvidia, Dell, Supermicro. So Elon put a
So,
post out yesterday. He's building a AI factory, right? And that is going to be Dell's going to be leading it. They're going to be doing the racks for AI. By the way, guys, all this information,
right.
tradingterminal.com. You see it right on there. You can see everything there. I like how clean this is. It gives you the top news. So definitely visit that website. They are the reason, why we do this show is because of tradingterminal.com. They're kind of our one, they're kind of like our sponsor, right? If we have anything, it'll be them. So it's a tradingterminal.com. Definitely check it out. So I like these four. I mean, you could watch your favorite, as Peter mentioned, but I'm going to watch Nvidia. Dell has been trading so amazing lately. You guys had a great day on Tuesday on this one. I didn't trade it, but I know people in YouTube and also in our chat, we took advantage of that exciting move there. I mean, I can't remember when's the last time Dell was trading so nice. So I'll be watching that one. And then you also mentioned Supermicro. I'm going to put that on my secondary. And what's the other one on here? Nvidia is going to be on my main one as well. So those are my two favorites, Peter. What out of those four or those three, which one do you like the most?
Well, you mentioned Dell. The Dell news. Frankly, it's probably not going to be a massive revenue driver in of itself. As you said, they're producing. They're going to be. They've got the contract anyways to build these racks for the XAI supercomputer. But it's very sort of it's important from a perspective point of view, right? Like if Elon's going to go using it, then others might jump on board, and it could mean more business for Dell. So I do like Dell
Absolutely.
this
Yeah.
morning. It's not really a sleeper. It's been moving. I have to admit, I haven't traded it, although I've been watching it. I've been very cautious with Dell because in the past, Dell's one of those that always sort of disappointed on the moves. But the last 2 weeks, I would say there have been trading opportunities on it. So you can sort of see how it started to move up here in the last few days, certainly of this week, Monday, Tuesday, and then last week it was sort of giving signs that good things were happening. So we'll see what happens today. Like I said, I'm not assuming everything's going to go up. They could go up, they could contract, but one way or the other, I think I want to be there in case I get a trade opportunity. So yeah, Dell is one of my favorites. Probably Nvidia, SMCI. Not quite so much.
Yeah. Yep. Agree, my friend. Yeah, I mean, I was walking out of the 7-Eleven. When was it? Yesterday. So I was walking out to 7-Eleven, and a couple of guys were coming in, and you could tell they're just common regular folks, not active traders like we are, right? Because he was talking to the younger kids, and he's like, "Yeah, we gotta get some more of Nvidia," and I'm like, this is when like it's becoming so big that everybody's just talking about Nvidia. Like you might not know AI the way we do. Like we know CMCI, we know Dell's getting into it, but it's becoming so big now that everybody knows that AI. They think of Nvidia, right? It's been insane. Another thing too is that if you look at Michael's hanging out with the right crew, right? He hung out with the CEO from Nvidia. Now he's hanging out with Elon Musk. I mean, he's doing the right thing, sticking to these giants to get his name out there. So shout out to him and for hanging out with the right crew this time. It looks like that's paying off for his company. So, and you're right, it's not going to bring a huge revenue, but it's just the fact that you're attaching yourself with the stuff that's moving. It's paying off. So good for him.
He's playing the
All right,
game.
back to this.
It is who you know.
Playing
Like
it.
don't ever kid yourself.
Yeah.
If you're running a business, it's always who you know.
Got to play the game and who you know. And once he starts wearing that leather jacket, then on his conferences, he's going to be taking off pretty nice there, like our buddy CEO from Nvidia. Let's look at KR Kroger. We had yeah, earnings, I think, a couple of days on this one. I don't like the way this trades. I think it's a pure garbage stock as far as day trading. So I'm going to keep it off my list. If you guys like it, go ahead and do so. Peter, what's driving it today? We got a nice gap up of 4.4 this morning.
Yeah, they reconfirmed the fact that they are expecting to hit the top end of their guidance for the next quarter. So it's always good, right? Everybody looks at the forward guidance and wants to see companies bullish on that. They basically said that they should hit the top end of So they haven't actually done anything yet. They just said, yeah, we're looking good, and the analyst guidance, we can do that. So we see it gapping up, like you said, Carlos, typically one that is problematic to trade. It is a New York Stock Exchange stock, which means it trades a little differently than a Nasdaq stock. So keep that in mind. But news is not strong enough for me to get that interested.
Yeah, same here. All right, down this massive list that we have here and over on YouTube, guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning to you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up as we take you through this pre-market session, plus get you ready for the live trading today with Brian, Andrew, or myself. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, looking here at our gappers list this morning, HPE is on here as well. This is Hewlett Packard. They are up 4.7. Man, they've been on a tear since all of June. You can tell here on the daily, just ripping. Some more action out of them. Typically not a great intraday trading ticker. Peter, is this all just AI related, or is there anything else specific to these guys today?
I'm surprised to see them gapping up, actually, because the main news that came out on HP was that they had put in, they were intending to buy, or still are, I guess, Juniper Networks for about 14 billion. Now, that's not news. What's news on it is that the European or the UK specifically regulators had said they want to take a closer look at it. They're a little concerned over that deal, eliminating competition in their market, and as such, may sort of halt the deal at least temporarily while they go through their process. So usually that's, well, I don't know. I mean, that's bad news for the acquisition, but the acquirer, which HP is the one buying, usually drops when they announce an acquisition, because of course they're spending money and have to bear the burden of the integration, while the company being acquired typically goes up because it's a boon for them from a stock perspective. So maybe the fact that the UK is reviewing it, is beneficial to HPE in the inverse. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I still don't love it as a trading stock.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it, man. It's continuing to make a new high here again. So pushing above 23 there. You have to like this one. I think today we're going to see so many other great tickers that I want to have on deck. We talked a little bit about Bitcoin. I see Riot. I see Clean Spark. I also see Coin. They're all my favorite four. Not favorite, but all the main four that we always look at are on here this morning. I'm going to take a look at Mara. It's one of my favorites. It's only 612,000 shares traded. It's not a whole lot of volume. And look how ugly this daily has become on Mara. I mean, it is looking pretty crappy here. Let's take a look at Coin. Coin, same thing, right? We're just not getting. Look at this. Look at the difference between. We can even go back as far as November, right? You look at November in here, all the way to maybe April, May. You're getting this beautiful movement. Now volume has clearly died down a bit, and you just got this choppier, sideways type action, right? So that's not good. But yeah, on Coin and these again, they're getting some action. They're slightly up this morning, but I don't see them to be great. I do want to watch one though, Peter. What are you going to watch today, if any, of these Bitcoin tickers today?
I'm not sure that I'm going to watch any. I mean, Mara is typically what I watch, but
Yeah.
it's like you said, it has not been pretty over the last little while. So I just usually flip between Mara and Coin, and just see if anything's going to move. It's probably one of those two, and I'll keep an eye on it. So.
Yep. I'm going to do the same thing. And you're right. Mara or Coin are usually what I trade. So I'm going to add those on my secondary for now, and we'll see where that goes. Mara gapping out of his wedgie range, says Jose Vargas over on YouTube.
A wedgie range. Okay.
Wedgie range. I like that terminology there. But yeah, it's where do you start your range? Did you start it? This is what I like. I don't like too much about wedges, right? We talked about this. Did you start it here, from here? Did you start it from here or here? I mean, is it bullish? Is it bearish? You just don't know. I just see it very choppy, my friend. I mean, it's low key. Yeah, it is low key, but I just see it very choppy right now. We'll have to wait for the market open to see if anything's gonna get triggered. Also, one thing to look at, the volume. Usually Mara's volume, when it does want to get going, when it's getting a lot of attention, it's like at 1.5 million. So we have half of that. So it's on the lower side of things on top. So all right, heading down. What is this CIFR? What is this thing here? It is garbage. Okay, so CIFR, a cipher mining, whatever that is. It's a crypto as well. It could be a crypto
Sounds
mining,
like it.
probably. So looks horrible. I don't like it. We'll leave that alone. We talked about there it is. That's our garbage truck coming hot and heavy
Mhm.
for CIFR. Dell, we talked about Nvidia. We have on deck. Riot. We're not gonna look at. MU is next, and we got a couple of more. We'll spend more time on the gap up list today since there's not much to talk about in the gap down.
Uh,
Here's MU.
yeah,
MU is up 2.8, 756,000 shares traded. I mean, obviously, this part of the AI story that we're enjoying so far this morning, Peter.
yeah, and like we said, that you can see a lot of the semis on there. MU, I see TSM on the list, a whole bunch. So they're all pretty much the same, just bullish sentiment on AI. I see PLTR on the list, Palantir
Yeah.
Technologies. PLTR does have some news this morning. They've got a deal, a partnership that they've put together, a strategic partnership with Starlab Space. So and they're basically putting together a joint venture as a strategic partnership. Again, how much revenue that's going to drive, tough to tell. But it's interesting that they're sort of getting into these partnerships a little bit more. So, there you go. So I didn't see that, Jay, but thank you. It says a $300 million deal over what period? That's probably over a few years, right? But in any event, the fact that they got this partnership that puts them in the news, and you can see the growth that they've had over the last 2 days looks like it's poised to continue today. So I'm definitely going to put that on a secondary list and just watch it. PLTR, I do like how it moves a little bit better, and watch that over the course of the day just to see what happens and if it can give me a trading opportunity.
Yeah, POTR. I like the move here. I also like the volume as well. So yeah, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add POTR. I'm always hesitant, man. This stock always lets me down. I feel like when I watch it, does horrible, and when I don't watch it, you guys start posting some amazing
Exactly.
trades every single time on this ticker. Like, oh no, Carl, this is a good ticker. Put it on your list. I put it on my list, and it just craps all over me. So we'll try it. POTR on the list today. At 1.7 million shares traded, 3% up this morning. You better treat me well. Let's head over to our list. TSM we talked about already. Marin Coin already discussed. All right, so we did pretty good with this gap up list. Gapping down this morning, DJT and GameStop. We'll start with DJT. Trump Media. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a while, but look at the drop ever since beginning of June. It's not really gave any signs of pushing higher. So, Peter, any news or just kind of the hype is over? I mean, I just don't know how this company is going to make money. It's
Well,
I just you know
yeah, they do have news that they submitted an amended S1 form to the SEC. Basically, they're unrestricting all options, all stock options, which means anybody can sell at any point in time, and the company can liquidate their own holdings to get the cash. Not really a good news. Not necessarily what you want to see from a company when they're basically opening up the ability to redeem and cash all registered securities. I don't know if it's all, to be honest, but it looks like a majority of the restricted securities they're just unrestricting. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised to see it dropping down on the basis of that news because it's sort of there's a history with this company of sort of taking the money and running. So we'll see if that's the case. Now, the CEO is not saying that's what it's about, saying that it opens up opportunity for investment and to buy other companies, which again is true, and perhaps that's what we'll see them do. But I think there's some valid skepticism on the stock, and we're seeing it reflected on the price. Will it, continue to provide, continue to move and give us a trading opportunity? I don't know. I guess we'd have to watch it and find out. I don't know what to expect. I haven't watched this in a while, so Carlos, maybe. I mean, it's been top of the list all morning, top of the gap down list. Does that make it the bottom? Anyways, whatever. It's the one that's been on
Yeah,
that list all morning, where other stuff's popped on and off. That's just been solid there. So
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence on this. How it is on SSR. We do have shares for sure. How many? 100,000 shares for sure. So not a lot for a stock that's getting this type of volume. I'm not sure, man. I'll add it as a secondary just to let's take a look. Let's see how it looks in a few minutes. One that I will have on my list, which I do like to look at quite a bit, so very entertaining, is GameStop with their very ugly daily chart here. They're down 2.7. I'm not sure. Key's position is at 20, right? Is it at 20? I forget the number, but man, he's
yep,
losing a lot of ground here. So
20, 21, 20 or 20. I forget now.
21.
21. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, it's getting close to his number, which is not good. Um, look. This is somebody was channeling our conversations, or at least our logos here. There's a good article. I watched the video on it earlier today, where Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance did sort of a report on it, and the quote that came out of it is, "GameStop is a dump truck of a company." That's Jeff Mackey, who speaks frequently on different companies and is an analyst. There you go. He's calling it a big dump truck of a company. Nothing that we didn't already know, right? There's really no insight in the news article, but it's just, I like it when you get these headline quotes. Sometimes they're entertaining. Yeah, like we know GameStop. He sort of equated their stores. He said their stores fill the same space in a mall today that the shoe shine spot used to fill. So, which obviously is setting a tone there as to where he thinks this thing is going. So, I mean, I
Well,
don't know. GameStop is sorry.
they always been really small, right? I never seen a GameStop that's been like massive, right? It's always been like a little 12 by 18. I don't know. It's very small. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
I've seen some bigger
I never seen a
ones
big
in
one.
the mall, but you're
Yeah,
right. They're never huge. They're never
no,
huge, and they're
it's
just packed with games. And two-thirds of the store. I haven't spent a lot of time in GameStops, but always seem to be like stuff they've bought back from other people that they're trying to resell. There's got to be pretty low margin on
right. The
that, I would
used
think.
stuff.
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just to
But
get people
anyways,
in if they're looking for something specific. But yeah, it's not a huge. Again,
uh,
somehow they're still alive after the internet. You could just download any game you want without leaving the comfort of your home. I don't know how they're doing it. So, but uh, but yeah, there it is. GameStop. I'll be watching it just for fun. I'm not really gonna trade it. I think we need to see a lot from it. And now that we don't have that huge, massive short flow, it just gets very harder to get these type of moves, right? You did it
mm,
once, you did it twice, maybe three times. I don't know if we're gonna count this. Maybe 2.5. It's hard to do this again in such a short period of time. So I don't know. I think if we do see, it's not going to be as significant.
encapsulated. Oh, sorry.
There you go. No, good, my friend. All right, that is our gap up and down. Peter, anything that you have on deck that is not on this scanner this morning?
Well, we covered some of them already, so let me go back. I've lost my list. Where did my list go? Oh, here it is. Let's see, because we did have some earnings. So we already talked about Kroger. Like we said, they reaffirmed top end of their forecast and had positive earnings on the quarter. Accenture, if you're interested in Accenture, ACN is the ticker on Accenture. They're gapping down this morning off of. Oh no, they're gapping up. Sorry. But they had negative earnings. I expected them to be gapping down. I didn't even look them up. I just assumed. You know what happens when you assume? Well, look at that. They produced some bad numbers and still are gapping up this morning, almost 8%, but on like no volume. This is a stock that I typically don't trade. And why are they gapping up? Well, looks like they're talking AI. So I guess it doesn't matter how your numbers are as long as you can talk AI. People are like, oh, then it must be awesome. So, but there's better targets if you really want to play AI than Accenture, but they were in the news. The only other one of two others of size that I was just going to mention, DRI, Darden Restaurants. I have to admit, it's a restaurant conglomerate. I don't even know what their brands are, but I've never really heard of them. But big, they're a $3 billion a quarter revenue company. Beat their numbers. Well, they were sort of right on target on revenue, but they beat a bottom line, so a good quarter for DRI and JBIL, if I'm saying that right. JBIL Inc. JBL is the ticker, and they beat their numbers top and bottom line. So there you go. So those are the things on earnings that I was watching. Everything else I was sort of less consequence. And Carlos, I think we covered most of it. The ones that didn't come up are the typical ones that I still think on this day, what is reputed to be one of the worst top 4 worst days historically in the markets. You're going to want to watch the stuff that we know moves, which means Apple, Tesla, and maybe even like an Amazon or something like that. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye. Those, they're all almost always on my list, and I want to see what they're going to do, especially Tesla. Tesla doesn't really have any news today, but earlier this week, I guess Monday specifically, right? They had a pretty good day after looking negative. They had this big move up on Monday. I want to see what they're going to do on this strange Thursday after our midweek rest break. So
Yeah. Guys over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. We'd love to get to our goal of 500 for the day as we take you through this show and also live trading. Really appreciate that. Leon Thatcher over on YouTube saying that his kids love GameStop. Now, I'm not sure how old your kids are, but are they going there to hang out and just sit at the table with the cards, or are they just going in, buying stuff and heading out? So we'd love to see that, because I do see that, Peter. They have these events where they just come in and they're playing cards, or they're doing some kind of tournament. I got to sign up for it. I'm probably getting my butt kicked, but I must sign up just to kind of see the sense of what they do. But yeah, they hold these events where I walk by the mall and I see a bunch of younger kids playing these card games. I'm like, okay, that could be a business revenue thing. I'm not sure what they're doing.
Didn't even know they had these events, but it makes sense.
Oh,
I
it's
guess.
yeah. I think their fan base is very strong. Like if you're still going to a GameStop, you got a very strong fan base, I guess, or liking for that. All right, guys, over to you now. Let's start with our chat. What do you guys like this morning? Soup Bar, you have Amazon on deck. We'll take a look at that one. While Peter was mentioning some tickets for Tesla and Apple, I'm adding those to my list, especially Apple. Look at their daily, 1.4 million shares traded. But what I like most is this daily here, right? We're kind of up to an area of support. We had a beautiful pop 2 weeks ago, little sideways action end of last week and into this week, and now is hopefully decision time. Hopefully we can get either a breakdown or even a pop back up to 220. Can provide some really good momentum for us. So I do like where Apple is sitting here. I think this will be a real nice one for today. Looking at Amazon, which we have been, I want to say they've been doing some really aggressive moves middle of the day, right? Mid-morning to mid-afternoon. Same thing on a Tuesday, all right? Started off pretty rough. Then you get these wild drops out of nowhere and it just bounces back up. And it's done that a couple of times, Peter. I think you even called out some last week. This would have been Monday. Look at Monday as well, right? So if you look at the daily, right, you're opening up here and you're closing here. So it's not really a big move. But if you look at the intraday, man, we're wild, all the way down to 181, all the way back up to 185, back down to 184. So it's been doing these really aggressive moves middle of the day. So I think it could be interesting. I'm not sure if you're going to get that type of action today, but it's been pretty interesting on the way it's moving. Peter, I'm not sure if you've been looking at it or traded it at all.
Yeah, well, that's why I mentioned it as one of the ones that I'll keep an eye on, because like you said, you just never know when this one especially is going to give you, like you said, one of those surprise midday moves. Amazon also talking AI in the news, how they want to use AI to transform healthcare. So not a surprise, right? Amazon with their AWS platform and their ability to to leverage AI upon it. I guess they've got a Dr. Angela Shippey, who's an executive at Amazon, who is sort of saying how she's focusing on healthcare and doing some stuff with the Houston Medical Center. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see if Amazon can capitalize on that during the day. It always gets good volume. That's the good thing about it, right? So you can at least trust the volume. Whether it gets the move or not is hit or miss. Yeah, not Dr. Shifty, Dr. Shiffy. So Shippy, sorry, Shippy. Shippy. Anyways, not a last name I run across a lot. Anyways, yeah. So I think Amazon is worth putting on the list, in my opinion, just because again, it can give you some surprising moves if you're not watching it.
Yeah. Over to our chat here. I see a lot of tickers. Dell, we have Nvidia, we have AMD. I'm gonna add as a secondary. It hasn't been really nice to us lately, maybe because we're giving all the attention to Nvidia. It's being a little mean to us. But it's got volume today, 1.2 million this morning. So that could be interesting. Gonna add that one on the secondary today. POTR, we have Tesla. Yeah, that's good. We have that one as well. Dell. Yeah, Dell, guys. I'm telling you, Dell is on top of my list here, man. It is looking very, very good. You can see a nice little pop we're getting here. It looks like it wants to close this gap. And again, just continue to get positive news. And although this one, the news today with Elon is not a huge one, again, you're connecting yourself with a guy that can make things happen in a positive way. So we'll see what takes place there. Over on our YouTube chat, what do you guys like this morning? Same thing, right? Dell, we got MU, good. We have GameStop, ACN. We are on the same page here, guys. We're all watching pretty much the same thing. Pig Wrestler is bringing up ARM. ARM is down this morning after rallying over the last couple of weeks. You can see here 715,000 shares traded. It would be nice to have something that's in the tech world on the downside of things, right? So something that they're not doing right. That could be interesting, Peter. Right? If we do start to get a pullback, because a pullback has to happen. When I see stocks are already down, they can really get going even faster. So I like them for a secondary. Going to put them on here just in case. Oh wow,
Keep in mind
907
that
friends. Yep.
it
Go
was
ahead, Peter.
announced that ARM is going to be joining the Nasdaq 100 on the 24th, so that would be a week Monday, or I guess this coming Monday. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice, nice, nice.
yeah.
All right, friends, let's head over to our community events and announcements over at bearbootraders.com. You can always check out what's happening there for the next 2 weeks. Today's Thursday, so it's our mentorship day. Over on YouTube, as Peter takes you through this, do not forget to hit that thumbs up. It really does help us out a ton. Our goal for the day is 500 as we take you through the first hour of the market open.
Well, yeah, it's Thursday, as Carlos said. I'm not sure if you're treating it like a Monday, Carlos, because normally we just go through what's happening today. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Which means we do have our mentorship. Now, we normally have 4 mentorship sessions all week. I have to remind you, John is on vacation this week. So we do not have the 11 o'clock mentorship today. We do have the 2 o'clock options focused mentorship that happens with Jared and Megan. That's in the webinar room. So hopefully you'll join them for that. Lenny is going to be doing his session at 4 o'clock, right after the market close, once again in the webinar room. And then Thor, as always, he did say he was going to be here earlier this week. So I know the rumor, he is on vacation. If you've been following him on social media, he's been posting some pictures of him climbing hills and stuff. So, but he said he was going to be here, and we look forward to that, doing his Thursday mentorship session at 8 p.m. Eastern. No mountains, Mr. Pie Joe. No, he's just some, climbing hills. Nothing that requires oxygen or snow gear. So, yeah, Thor don't do mountains. No, and I don't blame him. I don't do mountains either. It's just craziness. My idea of a good time is not, going into minus 40-degree temperature. That being said, being that it's plus 40 here, that's not my idea of a good time either. I was out yesterday for about 3.5 hours, and I swear I got sunstroke. Like it was like, or heat stroke. Anyways, it was so hot. You just like, at a certain point, you're just like, what? This is silly, man. I am glad I don't live in, I don't know, let's say Louisiana, where it's this temperature for 3 months. That just feels like craziness. Why would you do that? Anyways, but then again, people probably say the same thing about me living in the snow, right? So I guess you gotta pick your poison. So, all right. Anyways, that's what we got for events tonight. We've got our mentorship, 3 mentorship sessions. If you want information on the markets at any time, hopefully you took advantage of it yesterday. If you were watching tradingterminal.com, right? It's got the news. It's got the calendar of events. You could have done some courses yesterday if you were taking some time between watching soccer matches. If you're watching the UEFA European Cup, anybody doing that? We got 3 more matches happening today. So, if you like your football, soccer, there you go. It's happening. The cup's on. So there you go. Anyways, but you could have also used the simulator and simulated trading a stock any day, any stock, to give yourself a little bit of training on that day off. So hopefully you'll check out tradingterminal.com. And as you can see here, we still have our Father's Day sale going on. So if you want to get a good rate on an annual membership, the code DAD50 will give you 50% off the regular membership rates. That gives you for a price of $11.99 for the Elite Annual. If you wanted to just join temporarily, if you haven't ever been a member of the room and you want to give it a shot, you're listening to us on YouTube and want to try it out, try the intro offer. Now, you don't have to pay the $39 that you see here. You can get that for only $1. Use all you have to do is go to bearabletraders.com slash YouTube, and you can get a $1 deal. We'll put that into the comments for you on YouTube just to remind you. But there's a reason why we do that, because we really love you to try out the room, see if it's the place for you. The dollar fee is just to keep all the bots and the scammers out of the room. So if you haven't tried, test it out. It's well worth your time and your buck. We believe you're going to love it. And then you can join using the basic or elite monthly packages, or if you're ready to jump right in, the elite annual, like I was just talking about. So take advantage of those. And by the way, if you're out on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a like. We appreciate that. We'd love to see you as a subscriber and a member of the chat room. So I appreciate it. It really helps the growth of the channel. And remember, we got a target to get to 1 million subscribers. That would be great, because then somebody's getting a car. But in the short term, don't worry. Andrew said starting next week, we're going to get back to giving away some of those laptops. So stay tuned with us here, and you'll get your opportunity. All right. So let's set some levels on the stocks we've identified, and we'll get ready for this market open.
All right, thank you, Peter. Let's jump in here, guys. Take a look at our watch list. We got a lot on here. Amazingly tech, Nvidia, Dell, PLTR, Tesla, Apple, and Amazon, all looking good. Getting a little bit downturn here. What is the overall SPY looking? Let's take a look at that. SPY here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a sell-off. Which, Peter, you kind of mentioned this, right? Eventually, we got to get a pullback. We're starting to see that pullback here, and that is looking pretty nice. We're in for a really, really great day today. All right, friends, let's get some levels in place here. This will be easy to do. We do have a lot of high of days on here. So, for example, Nvidia, we're looking at all-time high sitting at 141.60, done by the pre-market high. Pre-market low this morning, hanging out at 138.55. We'll slam one there, and you are set when it comes to Nvidia towards the bottom highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So you're pretty good on that one. Next on deck is going to be Dell. If we look at Dell here, also towards the bottom highs and low for the last 2 trading days. Dell has been trading pretty nice, guys. Love the way it's been moving. I'm going to add that a level high of the pre-market, 155.55, and towards the top, we do have a level here at 161.21. One more just in case, 165.66. We can also mark down the low of the pre-market. We got a tight range this morning, as you can see here, just a ping pong action, breaking out a couple of times towards that 155. But Dow, again, doing the right moves the last couple of days, to just getting involved with the whole AI, Nvidia, and also our good buddy Elon Musk. PLTR looking good. Volume 2.1 million continues to climb here. 26.61 is the high of the pre-market. The low is over at a 25.90, just slightly above the pre-market high. So as you can, the previous day close. As you can see here, towards the bottom, you are set. Do not need to add more. Keep this very simple. Let's look towards the top here. I know we've been higher, and yes, we have. Right over here in March, we're going to mark a level at 27.17 and also 27.47. I see Andrew, guys, is getting ready. I see him on the camera there. Is getting ready to go live with you guys this morning. So hit that thumbs up. We need 500 likes, guys, as we do this live show, live trading over on YouTube. Help us get there. Again, we wouldn't be asking you guys if it doesn't mean a whole lot to us in our channel. So thank you for your support. For those that have done that already, I have not looked where we're sitting at today, but we would love to hit our goal, 500 likes over on YouTube, if we can. All right, let's take a look. Tesla's losing some ground. Went from red to green. High of the pre-market this morning. We are looking at 185.79 towards the top. It's going to be 186. We'll slam one there. Low of the pre-market at the moment, 183.86. We'll put a level there, but it continues to drop lower. We'll come back and see where that ends. Towards the bottom of the levels here of low of the day for Tuesday, right? Last trading day, 179.58. So we'll slam one there, and I think you're set on Tesla. But look at the volume picking up. and dropping some more here. Apple doing the same thing. I really like Apple because of this daily, guys. If we could lose that level, I think it could be a lot of fun. I'm not going to mark the high and low of the pre-market. You're pretty much set there. But this 211, good level, and then all the way down here, 207. Again, these stocks have been rallying so much that we could be getting ready for some profit taking, some pullbacks here. Not saying that it's gonna be a short type of day, but we're seeing a little bit of some sell off happening right now. Amazon towards the top. You're just kind of stuck here in this back and forth between 184 and 181. So smack in the middle. I know the chart looks horrible, guys, but as we mentioned before, if you missed it this morning, if you look at the intraday from Amazon, it has been trading so well. You're getting some really big moves. Like look at this on Monday. Look at the drop here. Look at the pop, and the day looks not great, but the intraday has been really nice. So keep a lookout for that. As far as levels, high of the pre-market, we're going to mark down 183.55. We'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, your set is previous day close and the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. All right, that covers our gap, our levels on our watch list today. Gonna take a look at our moderators list and see what we got going on here right now. No IPOs, no SPACs from Peter. Peter, your watch list: AMD, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, and Dell on PLTR in the secondary. Megan will be looking at Tesla this morning. I'll bring this up right over here for you guys. There we go. Brian, the minute of the hour, trading with Andrew this morning. Dell, Apple, MU, Tesla, and Nvidia. Notice the pattern here, guys. We're very tech heavy. Tech is in play today. AI is in play today. A lot of these tickers hitting all-time highs, doing pretty good with some amazing volume. Pierre looking at Nvidia, AMD, Apple, PLTR. Secondary list, Dell and MU for our good buddy Pierre this morning. All right, there you have it, guys. Andrew and Brian up next. They'll be taking you through the market open. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Peter, before we move over to our 2 guys, anything else that we might have missed? Anything that we should cover?
Like you said, tech is pretty heavy this morning. Remember, like we were talking about earlier, that by just historical data, this is one of the worst days of the year for trading, which means the market typically goes down. Doesn't mean that'll happen today, but just historically, it is one of the worst days of the year. So keep that in mind. We'll see what happens. You just want to trade smart, right? Stick to your rules, stick to your strategy. Don't jump in before your strategy sets up, and you should be fine. So hopefully you'll be all good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning with us. Stay tuned, like we said, though, for live trading. Welcome back to Andrew. First time he's going live on the screen here in the last couple days. Hopefully his voice is good. Yeah.
Spoke to him yesterday. He sounded much better. But before we head out, Peter, something you might like to today, June 20th is the longest day of sunlight, I believe, right? So June 20th. So I wonder if that's connected to the worst day of trading. Yeah, we'll find out. Guys, take care. Trade safe. Go ahead.
Maybe everybody's out enjoying the sun. That's why it's a bad day of trading. I don't know, but one way or the other,
enjoy the sun.
Brian, Andrew. Good luck this morning. Take us live. Right.
Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Take us home, country road. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me in the chat room and in the YouTube? It's been a while that I haven't done the live trading. Perfect. Yeah, so good to be back, guys. Really, really good to be back. Let me figure out this. Still, my voice is a little bit, but it's getting back. Brian, good to see you again. Nvidia is up to another 3%. What the fuck, man? These companies keep going up.
Just keeps going. That's why I've just got some long positions that I just hold in my core accounts, and just every day I'm a little bit richer. Oh, it seems like it's a stock that just keeps.
I'm having serious FOMO going on in my life right now. Serious FOMO that I'm not in Nvidia. Although I have a SPY, and Nvidia is now like 7% of the SPY, so I kind of own it. But this is just crazy. Yeah. But be careful, guys. It's going to be really extended on a daily chart. So if you want to take a position, you got to be really careful.
Yeah, totally. It's I mean, it just doesn't seem to want to stop. But yeah, it's really extended. If you look at any chart, but we are in sort of a what I call a hot sector mania trade with AI. Andrew and I were talking about some of the things that are going on. It's just reminder of the for the people that are sort of newish to trading, still reminds us of the Bitcoin blockchain time when Kodak was coming out with their coins, and Long Island iced tea was turning into a Bitcoin company, and we've got sort of an example of that now with a medical company putting AI at the end of their name. It's just it all, history repeats itself, I guess.
Exactly. History repeats itself. It's just under a different name. Different.
Yeah. But this AI is sticky, and it's it's transformative. So I don't think that there's any reason to pull the pin yet. So we need a lot more froth, a lot more people putting AI after their names and all the rest of that. So anyway, as we make our way to the open, the Qs are kind of selling off. The SPY's been selling off a little bit for the last half hour or so. So we'll see what happens when we open here.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Nvidia right now, so potentially for a pre-range breakout. Dell, what's the news on Dell? Is it the earning?
Something to do with Elon Musk. I was going through the news this morning. That didn't come up, but
they have a deal to provide all the racks for Elon's XAI AI supercomputer.
Okay.
I see. So that is good news. Sure.
Doesn't sound that material, but I guess I know that Dell's really seen an uptick in their data center side of the business for sure. And but they took a big fall after earnings. But Dell is looking like it. It might run today, but it's pushing up against the R4 on a 30-minute chart here. So just yeah.
Volume and order flow would be, for me, what I'm looking at is the chart pattern. So let's see if compared to the 1 minute open. So the positions that I have, guys, you can see in my screen, my VOO position unrealized is $934,000. If this one gets to $1 million, I'm going to actually give you a prize out. What do you think? I've never had a position unrealized $1 million. I had a loss of over $1 million, but not a profit open position. I should have been fine.
You should be careful. You might have to file something with the SEC. Your position is so big.
I know, yeah. Well, I'm already filing something with SEC. It's called the large share sales. They send you a form that you have to file. Large share size trader. I don't think anyone in this chat room would do that. I think I would be the only person who would do that.
No doubt. Right.
So you should be able to see my screen right now. You should be able to see my screen, but I'm going to ask you actually, Brent, there's only this part of my screen should be shared and not all of them. I'm going to actually ask our editor to take a look at it. So I'll send that message to him. So you usually don't need all of my screen shared, only that the portion of one of my charts and the level 2. So yeah, guys, and if you're in that YouTube live, guys, next week we're gonna give the laptop. That's including all the members that are already in there. So we're gonna be into that. And if you want to do the live trading chat, you can join us for $1. And I don't plan to travel in the summer that much, so I'm going to be here focusing on live trading and YouTube channel. Um, we did run some ads on some of our videos on YouTube. We got a lot of subscribers, so we just have to make sure that our new subscribers know our channel and they watch our videos. And thanks, guys, for all of your support for the growth of our community and growth of our channel. Now that I completed 7 summits, my next challenge is not actually mountaineering. The next challenge is trading terminal and variable traders, and I want to take this to the next level. Together, make one of the best trading academies in the world. And I need help of everybody, from your like and subscriber on YouTube and from your contribution to the chat room. So that's my next mountain that I want to climb. I want to have an amazing trading community. So let's see. Nvidia is coming up above the VWAP. If Nvidia is coming above the VWAP and it stays above the VWAP, I'm potentially looking at it for opening range breakup. However, remember, because this is so way too extended above the daily chart, so I'm looking at potentially for a long here for the breakup, high of pre-market toward 141. But because this one is extended on a daily chart, there is a chance that sells off. So you got to be really careful. It's a very strong stock, but at the same time, it's reaching to an extended environment. So just be mindful of that. Surprisingly, AMD lost the momentum. Brian is not really doing the one that everyone else is doing.
Yeah, no, and I hate to throw the F word, but I mean, fundamentally, AMD is way ahead of Nvidia in terms of price to earnings. It is quite it's more essentially on an earnings basis, it's more expensive than Nvidia. Obviously they're hoping for some kind of future growth with the development of their AI chips, but I think that's kind of why it's been leaking off here when you compare it to the Nvidia chart. So.
Yeah. Wow. So guys, can you also ask on YouTube to like us, our channel? I appreciate that. So because the reason that we're asking for the like is just actually pushes the algos, for the channel. So we really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. We can, if anyone, just press on that. All right, so I'm super excited. Honestly, this is kind of the first day I'm trading live. I don't know if I still have that in memory in my mind, but help me God.
Yeah.
How was trading?
Yeah, we had some good days and we had some boring days when you were away. So let's see what happens here. Dell certainly is looking like it's going to 159. Maybe look for a bit of a pullback at the open. We'll see what happens there. MU's looking a little weak. Tesla's getting a little bit of a bid here going into the open. So, anyway, Dell's right at R4 right now, so careful with that. Like I said, I'd be looking for a pullback. So getting a little bit of pullback now. Good luck, everybody. We're about to start the day.
Ding, 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 ding.
Here we go.
That's the guy.
And guys, people that were with us in New York a year ago, we were standing on the floor of the NYC, so a lot of fun. Anyway, let's see what happens here.
The time on sales and Nvidia, man, is exploding. It's impossible to look at that. That is crazy. So Nvidia is crazy. Dell is a little bit extended. Tesla is flat. Huge beat at 139. Yeah, so it's going to potentially break the 139. If Nvidia comes above the VWAP, above 140, I might go long. Right now it has a sell-off in it. Let's see what we're gonna get. It was a huge beat at 139, so it might actually break down 139.
We got long Dell on that pullback, 156.25. Now we're heading higher.
Nothing for me. I'm still looking at Nvidia. If it holds this area, it comes above the VWAP, I'm going to go long heavy on it. So right now it's kind of holding this pre-market low. I don't want to go long now. It's just way below the VWAP. As I told you, broke the 139, a huge beat in there, so the order flow was really down. Dell popped up. Tesla is doing nothing.
It did sell some at 157. Oh, yeah, here we go. It's dropping now. I'm out of the rest of it.
Dell dropped. Still looking at Nvidia.
Yeah, it came up right back to that R4 level and rejected it. So
Tesla is also setting up. What's AMD doing? AMD has been really difficult to trade. MU is hitting the scanner as well. Carlos likes Apple for short. Let's see what Nvidia is doing. I'm still hopeful that Nvidia comes above the VWAP. So now this 1 minute is interesting on Nvidia. If it comes above 139.60, I might jump in long in there. Getting a small long on Nvidia right now, 139.40. If it comes above 139.70, I'm going to add more. Looks like he wants to pop back up above the VWAP. I have 2,000 shares of Nvidia, not a lot. If you can get the adding a little bit on Nvidia here at 139.60. Let's see if you can actually
just got short Tesla. Oh man, it is dropping hard here. It's covering some. Yeah. Wow, Tesla and AMD.
I'm long Nvidia at 139.60. So 5 minutes is closing like a doji, potentially in 30 seconds. Stop loss for me would be, I would probably put a stop loss at around 139.10. If you come down below 139.10, it might sell off. The VWAP is the most important line right now, the blue line, and see if you can actually get the VWAP or not. Minute chart is closing somehow like a doji. Yeah, it's not. This is not a good situation. So I'm getting out of it. If it comes back up, I'll go long again. But I don't want to short it either because this is super strong. If it comes back up again at 139.60, I might jump back in there as soon as I got out, bastard.
See what happens with Dell here. Just watching Dell, still short a little bit of Tesla. I don't know if it's going to drop more here.
Yeah, so what, there is huge beat at 139. Let's see what Nvidia is doing. Dell is coming back up, Brian.
Yeah. You see that?
Wow, Amazon is also hitting the scanners
And
very
Dell is
strong.
going to,
Very nicely. Yeah,
again,
Gustav, I can
rejected
see it.
at, wow. Tesla's still looking weak here. Tesla's got more downside, maybe.
Amazon was a very nice about 5 minutes of range breakup. Nvidia is still trying to hold. It's very hard to trade Nvidia in at least based on a 1 minute chart so far. Still hopeful to take a look at it. Dell is going to 158.
Well, what a drop. Here I'm covering some more Tesla. Just here at one.
Apple's
Oh,
Apple is popping up. Apple might go
181.
I'm gonna get an Apple 213.69. I'm gonna get an Apple. Let's see if Apple can go red to green.
See if we get
Stop
to
loss would be
180. See if we get to 180 on Tesla here. It looks like it wants to go there.
I'm gonna get back long on Nvidia as well, 139.29. So it looks like a double bottom. I'm long back on Nvidia as well, 139.29. I'm back long on Nvidia, guys, heavy at 139.63. Let's see if Nvidia can pop back up toward 140. I might get out of Apple. Yeah, I might get out of Apple just to focus on this position. Yeah, I'm getting out of Apple at the break even, guys. I'm heavy size on Nvidia, guys, at 139.60. It's this now is making an engulfing crack. Adding a little more on that. Let's see if we can go to 140. It's coming above the VWAP. Heavy size. Let's see if we can break the 140.
Yeah, Dell's going to 160, I think.
Yeah, 159. I can see the 159 on that. This Nvidia, it kind of turned out to be a small double bottom, but now if it goes above, becomes an 5 minute engulfing. 5 minute engulfing crack would be very, very interesting. Then it's going to break the 140, guys. I have a very big size on it. Let's see if I can make the last missed opportunity. On Nvidia toward 140 is a very important level. Now it's 5 minute chart is slowly getting engulfing. If we can do that. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on, 140. I'm not partialing shit until 140. Come on.
I'm going for Dell 160 as well here.
160, yeah, it did hit 160. Huge ask at 140.
Yeah,
I'm partialing some here. Nvidia, hell yeah! Andrew still has it. I knew Andrew still has it. Andrew Aziz still got it. Anyone in the chat? Did you get it? Did you get it? Come on, that was so easy. Nice. Nice and partialing out. I had a very, very big size, guys.
Um,
$11,000 realized so far. Nice here.
okay,
So you can see what
covered the
came
rest of my
guys.
Tesla. Covered the rest of my Tesla on that pop. Let's move on it
Amazing
anyway.
trade.
Yeah,
Amazing
and Dell.
trade. Dell.
Here we go. Yeah, all out on Dell. I got stopped out once on that, but wow, AMD
Yeah, so
really
now the
popped.
next level of NVIDIA could be higher pre-market, but honestly, I took a really nice size on it, and I am super nice. So what's the strategy here? This could be a very nice 5 minute opening range breakup, guys. So essentially a 5 minute opening range breakup. I got to stop that once. I added more twice, and that's it, guys. So that's my position plus $10,000 so far, and now I have still 7,000 shares of Nvidia. Let's see if you can get to 140.74, which is the higher pre-market. Hell yeah! Look at this huge ask at 140.50. So these are, the liquidity that goes up. Hell yeah! Out more, guys. 140.78. That's it. That's such a great breakout, man. Such a great breakout.
Yeah,
Live on
Nvidia
YouTube, guys. I don't know what you're trading live for you on YouTube. What else do you want to do?
yeah, unstoppable. Look at this thing. It's probably going to go to 141.
Guys, what did you trade? What? Yeah, 141. There is a possibility on Nvidia.
Amazing.
Brian, the call on 160 deal was really nice. Actually, I'm super impressed. You called
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Yeah,
We've
so I don't think I'm gonna take another position, guys. So let's see if Nvidia is giving us 141. I'm gonna hold this one and see if it can run. So that was a very nice. The higher pre-market 140.74. So this is the higher pre-market. If it breaks, it can go 141. But the reason that I'm not really super bullish anymore on it yet is because Nvidia is kind of extended on a daily chart. So and that impacts the buying pressure on that. But this was super, super, super nice and amazing. So I like that.
Yeah, it's really topped out right at sort of the pre-market high, 140.82. Where did it get to? 140.76. So got within pennies of that pre-market high. If you forget about these weird dojis that came in at 8 o'clock. But there's a little bounce off the VWAP there.
SPY is running off.
SPY is coming back up. All these financial companies have up their projections for SPY for end of year 5,600. They all seem to be about 5,600, which we're not far from now. Actually, it almost feels like the way we're trading, we could do that in a day.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what the other people in the chat room did. Jared messing around with AMD, huh?
Wow, look at AMD. AMD is just ripping. It's at
I'm
160
gonna
as
add a little
well.
bit on Nvidia here. Let's see if Nvidia is gonna break the higher pre-market. I don't want to mess around my average, so I'm adding a little bit more AMD at 140.41, and my new average is at 139.60. So let's see if Nvidia is breaking the high pre-market. If not, I'm just gonna get out of it at the break-even point. So I have a really, really good P&L. So I'm not desperate to have.
To do another trade. Wow, AMD is really extended on it.
Who's super? Fuck! AMD is running up this. Unbelievable!
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I know. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's and it didn't look that great going into the open.
Wow,
Honestly,
AMD, yeah, AMD. Nobody knew it's gonna go be like that.
no.
This is this is super nice. So AMD potentially a 920 trade here if it gives us a nice pullback. And I like AMD. If AMD is breaking out this level, it could be essentially get back in play. And I think it's important. All right, Nvidia is also trying to fight back and see if it can go back to the high of pre-market. I'm not really betting on it desperately, but
AMD
see
is
what it's
going
gonna
to
do.
161. See what it does. Here's
Hey
some
guys,
massive
if I
orders.
appreciate it,
There's 161.
what did Apple do? Yeah, I'm glad I got out of Apple. It turned out to be garbage. You know what's time? What time is for? Mushroom. I'm gonna have my macros.
Great idea.
Time for microdosing mushroom.
Great
I
idea.
am in a very good mood today. Not even Brian can ruin it.
Just seems like Dell's kind of losing it here after that nice run up.
Nvidia
Here's your
bills coming
bounce up.
down.
Yeah, Dell's coming down. AMD's going the opposite direction.
My averages on Nvidia is at 139.6, essentially VWAP, so I get out of it if it loses that, which is kind of now the price action is this is what called exhausted. We had a really massive breakout, and now it's kind of getting exhausted, and potentially it's gonna come down. It looks like really. So I don't take a long position here anymore. So I'm just because I'm holding this shares, I don't want to really enter a new position because it's kind of seemed like exhausted. Potentially can go up, but right now, what I see here is kind of exhausted. And the only reason that I say that is that because I'm a little bit biased toward the daily chart. Look at this huge gap up. Usually, when you get too much extended from a standard deviation of your daily charts, then the price action becomes a little bit exhausted. These are like a last ammunition of buyers, like they eventually run out of buying power. So you got to be very careful. Again, putting everything into the context, you have to look at the daily chart where you are trading compared to the daily chart. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm completely out of Nvidia. I got out of it. So yeah, down. I'm done with my position. So this one, see, is coming below the VWAP, and I think that's it. As a day trader, I want to get that breakout. That's my just one good pattern. 5 minute opinion range breakup. I take that. That strategy works if you manage it properly. We have research papers published about that. So, and I don't need to do anything else. That's it. I close my position with $16,000 profit, and that's it. I really don't need to do anything else. I'm just sitting on a $1 million open position and just drinking my coffee and having a mushroom. And that's what trading is. You know, you want one or two trade to make your day, and that's it. Tomorrow is another day. I have 3 trades in total. Two on Apple turned out to be break even. One loss on Nvidia, one gain on Nvidia, and then I see I'm closing down with $16,000. Now it's summer. I'm gonna go have fun. You don't need to even sit behind the computer. And as a matter of fact, when you're done with your day, you actually have to walk away from the casino. You know, sitting down in the casino is a recipe to lose your money. That's why the casinos want to stay in there. They don't want you to leave. You know, the reason that I'm actually shutting down and handing it over to Paris or Thor or Amen or other traders is just because I want to walk away from this gambling addiction. And as a trader, that's the recipe for success, that you know exactly you 3 trades, loss or win, you have got to walk away from the casino. Yeah, so Samir is asking, Andrew,
Yeah.
was your second trade heavier? The answer to that is yes. And I did mention that live. If you go back, these recordings, you can actually see my thought process as well. So the first trade when I took that, it was a smaller position because it was below the VWAP. I wasn't convinced. I got subbed out. The second trade, I went long a small, and then I added heavy at the VWAP. And I did mention that heavy because it did came above the VWAP. For the first trade, it never really came above the VWAP. So that's why I took a smaller position just to, be in the process of that trade. I didn't have a lot of confirmation on that. Now it's coming back up. This actually could be a place. If I was still long in there, I would have added heavy here in this situation if I were long, because now it seems like on a 5-minute chart bounce back from the VWAP. Now it looks like the price action is going to get bullish again. So that pullback gave some power to the buyers. But I'm not going to take any other position here on that because I'm done. Even though I think Nvidia is now setting up for a long, potentially at 139.80 with a stop loss of 139.40, 30, could potentially be long, but I'm not taking it anymore. So that's how we trade every single day. If you're patient and if you're experienced to recognize the pattern and manage your position, that's how trading is. I'm trading it live in front of you. Everybody can see. But it gets some time to get to this level of experience and understanding the price action. So that's why you need to trade a small share size, and you need to be patient, and you need to be able to have a different job to support yourself until you get to this level.
AMD is back up. Going to push through 162 again, maybe. Crazy.
5% of, wow, fuck me. Look at that. These are huge companies. 5%, 4%. Unbelievable. IWM is running up too. I have some TNA, Brian. I still have some. I bought some 4,000 shares of TNA a few days ago. It's up $7,000. I love that.
Nice. Well, if interest rates are going to come down, it's going to be good for the small cap stocks. 50% of them not making money
for everybody. It's going to be good for everybody.
Yeah, which means they have to borrow to stay alive.
Interest rates are coming down. It's going to be good for me too. For you as well, Brian.
Yeah, for sure. So, I could take another trade, but I'm not going to. I mean, it looks like Tesla wants to test 181 again, but I don't know. It seems to be it's sort of holding here at 182 right now. I can't believe, I don't know why AMD is, they're chasing AMD up so much today. It's weird.
People are getting FOMO.
Yeah, I mean, it was not looking that strong at the open, but yeah, it just man, as soon as the open came, they just started buying it. Wow, still
AMD
going.
163, I think. We're going to get to AMD 163.
Yeah, you can see there's just no orders to the downside. Just nobody putting in orders, expecting it to go there. Except there's this order at 160. It's pretty light.
Jared,
But you,
how was your
yeah,
trading on AMD? I'm sure pretty good, huh? Jared, I don't think Jared, this is the day that Jared is going to lose. I don't think Jared is short AMD. He's probably long on it. Uh,
yeah.
Master J, great trade. 12 hour, wow. Master J, great. Jared finds these trade opportunities, I don't know from where. So, like, I wouldn't touch AMD in a norm at the open, but he finds these weird trades. How's Abby doing? Is Abby traveling? This is the type of day that Abby would have made a lot of money. Uh,
I don't know. Abby, I'm not sure where Abby is.
I think he was traveling.
Well, I know he went to something in Turkey. There's 163 on AMD.
Once,
Just be
yeah,
careful, guys. It's really getting extended. Um, there is a big order at 165, and then I get another big order at 170. Wow, crazy.
this is great. Yeah, the AMD, this one is gonna just continue going higher. Potentially, we can set up a short trade on it. Let's if it gets too extended, maybe I consider double top short on it. But what level I was thinking is potentially 165 could be a level that we can start shorting it. But this is super strong, man. This obviously a buying pressure from the fund or something, and maybe Warren Buffett or someone just trying to just keep buying or something. That kind of price action is just somebody's heavily buying. You know, the FOMO that we have in about trading and stuff. This same FOMO is happening in Wall Street funds as well. You know, the Wall Street, if you don't have AMD or Nvidia, you know, you get fired. People withdraw their money. They call you every morning, do you have Nvidia in your fund? And then if you say no, you know, they take their money out. I did have, you know, during the pandemic, I had a fund with Bank of Montreal, and you know, I said, no, you don't have this. I pull my money out. So there's a lot of pressure on these fund managers, is because they have to report constantly, quarterly, and when there's a mania starts, and the normal investors are like us, like the guy has, you know, $20 million, $50 million, $100 million, these family offices in New York and stuff. They keep bugging their manager. Do you have this? Do you have this? And then if he doesn't have it, you know, he gets fired. You know, they say, okay, withdraw my money. I'm going to give it to the other guy. So that's why this FOMO even is in the Wall Street fund managers. And everybody has to get to AMD and Nvidia. This buying frenzy, the psychology of the market is the same in different levels. Right. So what we see here is that Nvidia really lost the momentum. Apple definitely is not a tradable thing anymore. I'm glad I got out of it. That was a bad trade. That was not a bad trade. That was not a great trade either. But AMD is the one that definitely just keeps going and going.
So it looks like maybe AMD stock got an upgrade by Piper Sandler. So might it be why it got this pop today? So
By the way, guys, next Friday is my party. Who's coming to my party? Please come. I don't want this to be a uh, to be a lame party. Please come to my party. Uh, I don't want to have a lame party. Like I was really
yeah.
having a nightmare that my party would be lame. Nobody's there. DJ says, "Oh, we're not playing. There's nobody here." So I swear to God, I can't believe that I had that
Well,
nightmare.
you know that there's going to be at least three people there. There'll be myself, Peter, and Mike will be there. So just think of the opportunity to meet all these celebrities.
I think it's gonna be a very, very, very lame party.
No, it's not a birthday. It's Janine. It's a seventh summit party. I think didn't you say Leonardo DiCaprio was going to be there? He's in town.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Yeah, we better not count on
Please
Peter.
come, guys. I'll buy you drinks, please. I get a table, please. Just come. I don't want to have a very lame party.
Tesla might be getting to Brady. It's really been testing the View app here numerous times. This 182 level is really holding on Tesla right now. So Tesla might ultimately break back above the View app here. Man, it's funny. MU is not faring well today. Of all the semi stocks, Apple's getting a bit of a pullback here. Amazon had a nice breakout at the open, just kind of a surprise because it was really just flatlining it into the open and trading below the View app. And I think Tesla looks like it wants to maybe break out here. Qs are kind of rolling over a bit here. Finally, AMD's looking a little exhausted. Wow, Dell's selling off here. Dell did that. Did it do that? Yes, another time.
Yeah, end of May, yeah, popped up to 180 and sold off. Yeah.
Yeah.
AMD could be a potential 920 if it comes toward this 167E. That could be a good 920 trade.
Yeah, there's a real fight here with Tesla between 182 and 183. I'm going to get long a little Tesla. This is a small trade because I'm done. I'm like Andrew. I don't want to trade and turning winning day into a losing day. But here we go on Tesla. Let's see if we can break out of this this range here.
Tesla is coming up, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, we get to 183 for starters. There we go. Just selling some like 192, 182.98. Oh, look at that. Here we go.
Yeah, I was thinking of potential. Again, I don't want to take any trade, but that looks like a very, very nice trade here. When I came down off the mountain, I was not really surprised to see the Qs and the SPY moving up, but I was surprised that IWM has no momentum to go higher.
Yeah, IWM is, I mean, it's just been struggling to get some legs here. I think there's sort of some underlying, I mean, there's people there, some of the statistics are saying that so there is some signs that the economy is weakening, which of course is giving a lot of people hope that we'll get some rate cuts. But I keep thinking you've got to be careful what you wish for here, because a weakening economy isn't necessarily what you want to have if you're long the market. Weakening economy means lower sales, lower profits.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so and like I said, half of these small cap companies aren't even profitable. So that's why they're sensitive to interest rates. They really need they need the rates low so they can borrow money to keep them to stay operating.
Yeah, zombie companies. Yeah, the zombie companies. Okay, now Nvidia is collapsing, so that's exactly what I was hoping, guys. I told you that this is gonna really having trouble going down. Now I think this is a day that's gonna continue going down. So finally, eventually, one of these gap days, guys, it becomes a day that is setting off. So as you see here, so now we're gonna see that. All right, so now it's gonna go down to R3. So what we are here seeing here is now short. Nvidia is short. AMD also probably gonna sell off. So
yeah, well, the Qs are actually, interestingly, the Qs have gone red on the day. So go figure. And it could be because it's being dragged down by Nvidia. It's certainly not being dragged down by AMD right now, but AMD is a smaller weighting.
DJT, Donald J. Trump company. What is that one doing? Hit the scanner.
It's dropping. It was one of the big gap down ones in the pre-market, but I haven't checked recently. But it's really heavily shorted. So it's a lot of times there hasn't even been shares available for short.
Nice, guys. All right, I think I'm done with my trading day. $16,000 sitting here, doing nothing. Nvidia, I don't think I'm going to take any trade. Anyone else wants to come on the chat? Paris, are you? Did you have a good time? Are you trading? Yeah, Paris, can you also come to the link for the YouTube, the one that Brent sent to you? Nice, excellent. Brent, thank you. Great job. So we hired a production assistant. Brent is based in Toronto when I was gone. So he's doing this live streaming. So that's amazing. He's a great guy. He's very smart. Work for big channels in Vancouver, in Canada. So if you want to increase production and quality of our trading, I might actually bring Brent to Toronto and set up in the office and everything. So huge beat guys on Nvidia is going to break the 138. So great job. So production. And if guys, anyone have any feedback about our YouTube channel, our production, and everything, and if anyone wants to help, just reach out to me. If we want to go live trading longer, like what Trader TV does and other channels, then I might actually need some of the members and hire some of the members to come for trading, live trading commentary, and increase the production of our YouTube channel. So I would be very, very interested if anyone has experience, if anyone wants to be a showman, like an anchor, like news and live trading, and help people in trading a financial market. Maybe reach out to me, and then maybe we can expand that. Maybe we can have this show all the way up to like afternoon or something like that. But I need more people. I was watching other people, Trader TV and stuff. They're all showman, and they know that, and it's all entertainment. But we are really traders, so it's very difficult to entertain you while you're live trading. That type of thing. So these are the ideas that I have in my mind. I don't know. Maybe we can never really realize them, but it would be nice if you can have a really nice YouTube channel for live active trading in financial markets, something like Trader TV Live, better. So, Paris, come on board if you want. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So, YouTube guys, thank you so much. Your likes and subscribe. Important, especially right. The reason that we're asking and constantly begging you is because, again, these algos see the engagement with the channel. If a lot of people are subscribing but they're not engaged, or if they're not watching but they're not engaged, the algos say this is actually content, so they don't help you, they don't promote you, they don't support you. So it really, 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 really appreciate if you guys can support us on that. All right, Paris, if you're here, I'm signing off, guys.
Right.
Thank you. I might do a recap
Yeah.
or I might not do a recap. We'll see how it goes. And really appreciate everybody. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. I think it's going to be a good party. So look at this. We've got just 920 on AMD right now. Andrew mentioned that a possible setup earlier. So strong open. We've finally broken below the VWAP and now, or below the 9 EMA, and now we came down to the 20, and that's exactly where we bounced from here. So really just a classic 920 setup. Just looking at the 2-minute chart, the 9 and the 20 EMAs seem to be, some algos seem to pick this up. So yeah, the Qs have actually gone red on the day, which is odd. This is the technology sector, has been the sector that's has been carrying us higher. So interesting that it's down on the day. The Dow is the one that's up the most. It's certainly not Disney and Boeing. They're both red on the day. So if you did that 920 trade on AMD, probably be taking some profits here up near the 9, back up at the 9 EMA, but it looks like it's still struggling. And the Qs, I think that it's sort of the market is still selling off here. Qs are actually going down to Tuesday's. Looks like they're heading to Tuesday's low here. There we go. There goes AMD through 162 maybe. There we go. Nice trade. If anybody take that 920 trade? Nice, guys. Perfect.
Hey Brian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. I am back in YouTube.
You're back, baby.
So,
Harris, are you coming to the party? Andrew's party?
not really. I won't be able to make it this time, but
His coming out party?
spiritually, I'll be there.
Okay. We should have live stream there.
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, let
So
me
we
see
could
if I
stream
can
people
share
in.
my
You
screen.
could make a brief appearance on screen. You could do it driving your Tesla while you're driving
that
in your
would be
Tesla
nice, yeah.
FSD. Yeah, you can put it on hands free and just and stream. Yeah, we can do that, Kyle. Don't worry, there'll be pictures. Are you so? How is your trading? What stock did you trade today? Wow,
I am
MU.
short Nvidia, so I'm trying to share my
Okay,
screen. Let me see if I can.
man, MU is absolutely getting destroyed. Netflix. There was some news about Netflix today or yesterday. It came out. They're going to do some experiential things. So they're taking over some large spaces that have been vacated in malls, and they're doing so you can have some kind of live experience if you liked Bridgerton, or if you liked one of the other shows that Netflix streams, you can go and live the experience somehow. So I'm not really sure why. I would say Nvidia's target, probably, if you want a target, yesterday's high is very close to 136.50. Look at MU. I cannot believe how MU is getting crushed here. Nvidia, let's look at where we got on the. You've got a lot of levels here. You can see them all. You see all these stacked orders: 136, 135, 50-ish, 135. Doesn't mean it's going to go there, but that's where some of these market makers have put their orders. But I would expect a bounce here. Like I said, this is Tuesday's high, right where we are right now.
Man, Nvidia is amazing. So let me share my screen. Okay, I just shared my screen. I am short from 140.40, and it has dropped to 136.
Nice.
Man, on the at the open, Andrew squeezed me. at the open for the 140. But I saw a seller at 140, and I got squeezed at the open. But then 140.40 was again the seller stepped in, and now this is the meat of the move that I'm looking for. So 140.40, shorted at the 140.40 at this, added more at 140, added heavy at 140.40, and then uh, added more at 140 again, and then now looking for a drop 136. So that was my trade on Nvidia. And what an amazing day for me. Yeah, 136 was my target, because previous day's high is around 136.20. So this 136.20 was my target. So I'm all out, at not all out, 10% of my position I'm still holding. But majority of my position I'm out on the thing. I tried to long Tesla a couple of times. It did pop up. First time I got stopped out. Second time, uh, I did get a move, but I got stopped out as well. So Tesla was looking like it was a long, but it wasn't giving me that. So I'm
Yeah,
taking one
funny.
more long on Tesla. I'm long
Yeah,
Tesla.
it was, yeah,
I'm taking one more long
interesting.
on Tesla. I think
It
Tesla has a
was,
chance to pop up.
yeah, it's right. It's testing the VWAP again. Said it was, I thought it was really going to go. I mean, I did a scalp to 183, but just fell back down, getting a bit of a
I
bounce
think
here
Tesla has a
on.
chance to go to 183, 184, but we'll see how it trades. Every single time it comes above the VWAP, it's kept getting rejected, but it's holding up nice. So Nvidia is coming back, which is
Yeah, AMD is coming back too. Just looking at like it's going to go to 164 again, or try to get to 164. The Qs are bouncing. They bounced literally right off Tuesday's low. That's what I always said. Nvidia bounced off Tuesday's low. I mentioned that was where it was going to find support. And that's it just dipped below there to trigger some stops. They dipped it just below there, and then then they came back in, bought some shares, and now they're probably selling them.
yeah. Tesla did not have any continuation, so I'm thinking of getting out now.
Yeah, Tesla's really struggling to get above the VWAP here. It does have some buyers, or down
Yeah, it
when
keeps
it
stepping.
dips.
I'm adding more here. This would be my heavier add. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Uh, but if it doesn't bounce from here, so let's see if it bounces from here and squeezes to the upside.
It's
Very
funny
nice.
how
Very
Dell,
nice.
yeah, it's funny how Dell had that big run at the open, and then it literally went down and touched PDC uh, previous
Okay,
day close
selling
at.
someone, selling someone
Hey, there
Tesla.
you go.
I think Tesla is going to squeeze to
There's
the upside.
You see how Tesla keeps hitting a bit seller at 182.50, 183. It might break through here. There's really no big offers on this until 185, which is a bit of a stretch.
So Tesla is going to squeeze to 183. I think it's going to pop to 183.
And this is an area where we keep seeing sellers right in this 182.50, 183 area. If they drop, that'll be it'll really take off. Qs are starting to come back here.
So I just joined the YouTube chat as well. Hey Max Lam, there are quite a few people.
Awesome. Hope everyone had a good holiday yesterday. Kind of nice to have a break midweek. I kind of like that. Got some stuff done.
So I am thinking of adding more on Tesla, and I'm thinking of uh, I'm adding more on Tesla. I think it has a chance to squeeze to 183. If it pulls back to 182, I might even add more. Uh, but 183 is possible.
Just continue to be surprised at how weak MU is. MU's down like almost 3%.
So Tesla is holding up pretty nice above the previous day low. And I think if it drops and squeeze, that would be nice. The buying volume has to step in.
Yeah. Yeah, the volume's really dropping off on Tesla. Volume's really dropping off on a lot of things here. Nvidia volume's dropping off.
Nvidia is just, okay. Nvidia seems like it's so Nvidia. I'm adding more on Nvidia. 138 for the. Let's see if it rejected the 138. Tesla came back. Oh, both of them. Adding more on Tesla. I think it has a chance to squeeze up. Okay, here we go, Tesla. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting all out on Nvidia, guys. I got all out, stopped out, break even on Nvidia. I am currently long Tesla for 183. So
Wow, AMD is breaking out. Can never count Nvidia down. I mean, it just it pulls back.
yeah, what a sell off and
Buyers.
what a buyback.
Yeah, look at AMD too. What a nice 920 trade. Unfortunately, I didn't take it, but
Tesla again, that seller. Not enough juice for it to pop up. So we'll see. I think it still has a very good chance it pops up. Maybe it pulls back a little bit and then goes higher. The buyers keep stepping up.
AMD is going to 165 by the looks of it.
Okay, so Tesla is selling off. My stop loss is below 180, 180. We'll see if it holds the 181, 182 area or will it sell off. These areas should be bought back up. I believe.
They said Tesla's just kind of a dog's breakfast of chop right now. Wow. Nvidia came up to the VWAP and rejected it. So all these levels are being really honored today. All right, so people on YouTube, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. And of course, would love like and subscribe. Easy to click that thumbs up button. So one more day in the trading week. You can join us again tomorrow, and have a good rest of the day. Hope everyone had a good day. Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Yeah, always. It's an amazing to see you. You'll see me more going forward. So hopefully, we'll see you guys soon tomorrow. Take care, guys.
Cheers.
On YouTube.